Hello everybody, it's Bob Anderson and it is June 20th, 2023 and I'm giving an update on my RTY CL evaluation challenge. I have two accounts, one in the CL that I've dedicated only to the CL for 5-minute gold line, 5-minute red line trades, and one in the RTY for 5-minute gold line, 5-minute red line trades. I did not trade yesterday. Yesterday was a holiday, even though the market was open. Highly advised not trading, but I'm sure some of you did anyways. But my balances as of right now in the RTY is 916, and in CL is exactly 900. And I'm sitting at 7 days in the RTY. I'm sitting at 5 days in oil. So I'm probably gonna focus on the RTY tomorrow and maybe see if I can just knock that thing out. Who knows? If I'd have been paying attention to it today, I could have knocked it out. But this was my Monday at work, and I was very, very busy. So anyways, I think I just took 2 trades in oil, 1 trade in the RTY, made a little bit of money in both. Anyways, so I'm going to show you the charts. One thing I want to talk about just quickly that happened recently in one of my videos, somebody made a comment. Somebody replied to one of my subscribers to go watch another YouTuber. And I had only heard negative things about this YouTuber. So I kind of said, well, my understanding is he's not a good trader. And person kind of got a little mad at me for saying that. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll go evaluate. So I evaluated this person's live trading channel on Friday and Monday. And I mean, I don't know. I just can't even. This person literally puts other people's channels on his channel and makes fun of them. And then turns around and throws a dart against the wall. And if it happens to work, he calls himself a genius. If it doesn't, he just ignores it and goes on. He blew up his account on Friday. But today he hits a trade and he's a genius. And I'm just like, this is just insane. And every other word out of this person's mouth starts with the letter F and ends with a K and only has 2 little letters in the middle. And I'm just like, holy cow, who pays attention to this stuff? Anyways, the point of me bringing it up right now is that what I found amazing was today I was watching and I just happened to turn it on and he took a trade and it worked. And what he took was, and I don't know what instrument, it may have been the ES, it may have been the NASDAQ. I wasn't really paying attention to that. But he took the 15-minute open range break. And I thought, well, that's interesting. That's really interesting. And he called it his go-to trade. Called it his go-to trade. So now I got a little intrigued. So I went into the YouTube video and I went and found the person's website. And it was rather interesting. He'll teach you that strategy that I have in my videos for free. He'll teach them to you for $500. And after you give him the $500, he has a little disclaimer in here that says, you'll love this part. After you give him $500, there's no results, no nothing. Just here it is. After he gives you $500, the principles and strategies taught in the Futures Masterclass are proprietary information. Thus, refunds are impossible after purchase. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyways, let's talk about today's charts. I'm so sick and tired of these freaking clowns. I swear to God. All right, so here is oil today, and it, you know, again, it just kind of like missed this 5-minute gold line right here. You know, had a breakout. Boy, look at that break of the open range break. Of course, I'm not doing that in this. I'm not doing this trade right here, which went for over $1. I'm not doing this trade right here in this challenge. So I can't sit here and say, oh, look, I made $500. So anyways, instead I have to wait for it to come up here, pierce this 5-minute gold line, and then roll over. Well, it didn't pierce it. Rolled over, rolled up, rolled over. So there's nothing here because I'm not getting new pivot highs. I'm not getting new pivot lows. Then all of a sudden I get a new pivot low here up into the 5-minute gold line, and take the short here at, let's see here, take the short at 12, 70, 12. It runs down to 69.91 and then back up and you're out. I think this is one of the trades I took and got knocked out at even. I don't specifically remember, but I think this was it right here. And then we don't have a new pivot low. It rolls up, rolls over. And now, because we don't have a new pivot low, and we're rolling up and we're rolling, we're showing signs that we're going to rotate. Okay. So what did we do? We broke, created a new pivot high. Now I'm remembering. Okay, hold on. We created a new pivot high within the, you know, in greater than an hour to your left. See, this is 11:04. We've crossed the red line just with authority. And we're at 11:04. So what's the closest pivot? Well, the closest one is this one at 10:03. So it's over an hour, and it eclipsed it anyways. So I'm going to look for this long here, which is exactly what I did. And I went long right there at 70.32, and I got knocked out right there at 9 tick loss or 8 tick loss, something like that. I got rolled right over, just rolled right over. This is a perfect, beautiful setup. Crossover, first pullback, boom. Perfect setup, just did not work. Some of them don't work, folks. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. What you got to do is keep that stop as small as possible and look for your next opportunity and try to get that back plus the loss. So anyways, here's the interesting thing I want to focus on right here. And that's this. So price goes down and then price goes back up and over the 5-minute red line and the 5-minute gold line and just sat there. Just sat there, just sat there, just sat there. I mean, we're talking just sat there. Well, this is showing you signs that they're going to go long. I'm just telling you this, okay? I'm just telling you, this is signs they're going to go long. They cleared out this up here. They did a breakdown here with a failure, rolled back up and sat on top of that 5-minute red line. All the signs are there that this is going to go long. And that's exactly what it did. Now, I didn't take that. I'm trying to remember where I got my money from. Let's see here. Oh, I think it's from this red line right here. Was it this red line? Nope, we didn't hit the red line here. Okay. Now I'm waiting for it to hit the red line again, if it will, because we're not getting any pivot highs. Remember, with the 5-minute red line, we're not necessarily looking for pivot highs. We're just, because we're using that as the direction, and we'll play off of it for direction. For the gold line, for the 5-minute gold line, we are looking for pivot highs and rotations and stuff like that, because this movement is away from the bigger moving average. So it needs momentum. The directional moving average, which is this 21 SMA off of 5-minute data, it it has a tendency to just push price one direction or the other. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting until we get a new pivot high. Okay, now we have a new pivot high right here. See this? This eclipsed this and even eclipsed this. Maybe this was it. Nope, nope. So we just slammed down. Oh, I remember. Okay. I'm trying to remember my trade where I got my money back. All right, remember I'm taking phone calls and I'm working at the same time. So this came slamming down after creating a new pivot high. So of course I'm looking for a long here. And it just blew right on through. Now see this, that right there, that price action right there is a perfect example of why you don't trade off the moving average. You don't put your entries at the moving average. You instead look for the pivot and the break of the candle the other way, because that right there would be catching a falling knife. Okay? So we don't want to catch falling knives. So here we go. So we blew right through everything. So there's no trades here. And we even broke this pivot over here that rotated up. So we're showing some signs that we may be going short. But then it blew back through the other way. See that? So here you may be looking for shorts. And matter of fact, I was looking for a short here. When this rolled up, I was looking for this to go short now. Off the red, I seriously was. And again, because it never broke the bottom of any of these rotation candles, I didn't get sucked in. Same thing with when it came down. So, there's two stops I didn't get. Now this broke up, so there's no trade there. I'm not going to keep taking a trade that's above that red line now. Short. So we rotate. And there's the red line. Now, this is where I started looking for another long. We broke up, came down, top of the red line, look for a long. I don't remember what happened here. And, okay, so we're looking for a long at 70.48. Boom, 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 boom. There's my money. That was my money. That was getting my money back. I couldn't remember. I had to keep looking I seriously couldn't remember the trade. But as soon as I saw it, as soon as I saw this pattern come back into this 5-minute red line, boom. Now, let's talk about 5-minute red lines and 5-minute gold lines. That trade right there happened at 1:10, so 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. I like because I feel like the momentum is gone. At that point in time, the real momentum has a tendency to be gone in the market. Today was a pretty low volume day. And so because the momentum is gone in the market, I'm not focused on the gold line as much as I am the red line as the day goes on. Because I'm looking for the red line to push the direction and keep me on the right side of the market. Whereas with the gold line, I'm looking for the gold line to continue a momentum trade. And to get 20 ticks, there has to be some momentum. There has to be high pivots. There has to be, pullbacks that are sharp. There has to be breaks that are sharp. And that is harder to do as the day goes on. Okay? So anyways, yeah, that was the trade I took in oil right there at let's see, my entry was 13. So 113 in the afternoon. And bam, I got my money back. Lucky me. Let's talk about the RTY because very similar with the RTY. Okay, so like the RTY. All right, so the RTY did the RTY did a fake break out of the open range break at 4 minutes after 10, rolled up, then broke through, and then bam, created this pivot low and this, and I'm pretty sure I took this trade. But anyways, so I would have gotten in at 1876.2. It rolled down, rolled up, rolled down, rolled up, and I got knocked out. I mean, it just didn't do any good. So when it comes back up here again, it's not a re-entry. If you're still in it, which you wouldn't have been because it went too high, blah, 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 then because it doesn't create a new pivot low when it rotates up, this is exactly what you're expecting. What's interesting is, like I said, the market seemed to have like no movement after the open today. And then as the day went on and we got after like noon, it started moving. You'll see what I mean. But anyways, so here's the 5-minute red line where I got my money back. We crossed over the 5-minute red line and we pulled back, and then bam, there you go. There's your 20 ticks. Matter of fact, this one went 78. Now this is off the red line, so I'm not looking for a pivot high. I'm just looking for direction. I'm looking to play off the direction. And so this one, the long was at 77.8. So your target is 79.8, which is right here. I mean, it just took a while. I mean, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. I mean, that's a long time for me, for those of you that pay attention to me. But anyways, then you created a new pivot high, and down it came again, right into that gold line. I mean, right into that. This is 12 o'clock. Comes right into that red line again, and wham, up it goes again. Look at that. Woo, man, that is amazing. That is amazing. Now you could have gotten smacked right here on the gold line. What time is it? Oh, that was afternoon. So this was afternoon, so you should have avoided that. I mean, this is 12 o'clock is right here. So you should have avoided this as a gold line trade, because honestly, you should not trade the gold line in this time frame at all, ever. And then we go up and up and up and up and up, and then boom, we finally hit the gold line in the afternoon at 1:30, and then up it goes, and it just doesn't do anything. Now, here we are. I'm going to show everybody something. What's this up here? That's the overnight open, isn't it? Where do you think when they rotated it inside? Where do you think when they rotated it inside the 5-minute red line, the 21 SMA, where do you think they planned on taking it from here? Since we didn't have a big down day or a big up day, where do you think they were taking it? They were taking it to here. So if you caught this pivot, or if you caught this pivot and you did a swing trade, in either case, you're looking at 77.6 to 89. So you're talking about 12 points, which is pretty nice. Where do you think they're taking it? Where do you think they're taking it? Where do you think they're taking it? There it is. Bam. Then they really took it there. And then they flipped it back over. But anyways, I just thought I'd show you what trades I was looking at, that I took, and just to give you an idea that, you know, that the 5-minute red line is something that I spend a little bit more focus on for my edge when we get, you know, after 12 o'clock, after 1 o'clock for sure. And I try to use it for direction. And again, it's easy to recognize. Here, let's just spend a second here. It's easy to recognize when they're trying to do something with it. For example, this, when they throw it across the red line with authority and then bring it back to the red line, boom, that's the trade. When they throw it across the red line with authority, bring it back to the red line and then bring it, that's the trade. I mean, there it is. That's the trade. It just happens over and over again. They bring it to the, throw it across the red line, bring it back. That's the trade. Bring it across the red line, back into there, and then boom, that's the trade. I mean, when they're rotating it on both sides of the 5-minute red line, oh my God. If you just pay attention to that and wait for it to cross, wait for it to come back and give you a nice deep pullback, and then wham. That's it. Now this last one right here, just to give you an idea. Now, because this is, remember, we talked about this going to the overnight open. So when they cross this one through and over, this entry right here is 84.7. That target is 89. Okay? You're talking 50 ticks that you could ride this thing to. 50 ticks. All right? So when you're not doing an evaluation anymore, or you're not having a trailing stop, that 5-minute red line can be really, really powerful when you know where they're taking it and you take it off that 5-minute red line. When you know where they're going with it. I mean, you knew, if you've been paying attention to what I've been telling you, you knew there was a 50-tick move coming off that red line back to the overnight open. I mean, you knew that. Anyways, everybody have a good day. I will keep you updated on the status of these accounts, and hopefully I can get this RTY one out of the way first and then focus on the oil one. Talk to you later. Bye.